This is your host, Aussie Putin. We're going to look at some of the screenshots that are doing the rounds of this new news story. Let's get straight into it, and let's get on with the show. Thank you. Welcome to an episode of Aussie Putin News. In today's episode, Alexi Nevalny has died in prison. The US is going to be screaming about how Putin impersonates dissidents, but it is not going to be screaming about Julian Assange, who is in prison for exposing the US war crimes. This next screenshot from DC Drano says media is freaking out over a Russian leader being killed in Russian prison, but didn't say much when an American journalist was arrested and killed by the Zelensky regime in Ukraine. I repeat, an American journalist was arrested and killed by the Zelensky regime in Ukraine. Gonzalo Lira. Say his name, you fucking coward mainstream media bastards. That's right, this is the Aussie Putin show, where swearing is second nature. Now keep in mind, guys, this is the narrative that's being played here. Hillary Clinton already has this on her friggin' accounts, her social media accounts, and her posting says, from Hillary Clinton. And Hillary posts a statement from Alexi Nevalny, and it says, listen, I've got something very obvious to tell you. You're not allowed to give up. If they decide to kill me, it means that we are incredibly strong. Alexi Nevalny. Hillary goes on to say, my deepest condolences to Alexi Navalny's family and friends, to his staff, and to the people of Russia. So they're already crying out that, oh no, Russia did this, Russia did that. But as you heard it in the earlier comment and screenshot there, folks, they didn't mention it when the American journalist was killed by the Ukraine regime. That's right, the narrative is going to crumble. And now here's a screenshot from Lord Bebo. It took two of the world's largest media 11 to 13 minutes to prepare stories about the death of Alexei Navalny from the moment the information about his death appeared. Despite the fact that there is still no official information about the cause of his death, the West version is obvious. Navalny was killed personally by the Russian president. This, at least, is how the headlines in the foreign media read, with the Russian president's surname necessarily appearing alongside Navalny's. It is noteworthy that the British Guardian and the French Le Monde published fairly lengthy articles 11 and 13 minutes, respectively, after the news of Navalny's death appeared on the website of the Russian Federal Penitentiary Service. Their American counterparts of CNN, CBS, and Bloomberg were not far behind. It is likely that the editors of these media had prepared a publication with a biography of Alexei Navalny to be published on the day of his death, or less likely that they knew from somewhere that Navalny would die today. That's right, folks, look into it. Don't let the mainstream media tell you what's going on. Don't let the mainstream media fool you, because there's a narrative here, and the narrative is going to crumble. Always refer to Aussie Putin News for your news source truth, for your source of loose truth news. Thank you. This has been another English Recluse production for the Aussie Putin Show. Thank you.
Make no mistake, Putin is responsible for Navalny's death. Putin is responsible. What has happened to Navalny is yet more proof of Putin's brutality. No one should be fooled, not in Russia, not at home, not anywhere in the world. Putin does not only target his citizens of other countries, as we've seen in what's going on in Ukraine right now, he also inflicts terrible crimes on his own people. And as people across Russia and around the world are mourning Navalny today because he was so many things that Putin was not.
Nice try, Joe, but the people aren't fooled by your bullshit.